everybody, welcome to the Buyers Team Instagram. I'm Abby. Today we're gonna go over the level 3 beam routine, and at 4 o'clock we're gonna go over the level 4 beam routine. We've been trying to post these videos on YouTube that have been on the lives, but they've been acting a little weird and haven't been able to get them up, but keep checking YouTube for that. We're trying our best to get it up. Hi Hattie. So we're working on that. Make sure if you're doing the routine or doing the live with us that your hair is pulled back, that you have space around you and you're not going to hit anything. Hi Evelyn. All right, so we're going to get started. We're going to do our warm-up, the same kick warm-up we did last Thursday. So find like a chair or something that's about as high as between your knees and your hips is perfect. Put your right foot up on top of it. I'm using our donut, it's about the right height. Arms out to the side. Make sure both legs are straight. Your bottom leg should be directly underneath you. It shouldn't be way back here. Pointed front foot. Try and turn your foot out so your pinky toe touches your chair or whatever you're using. Arms out to the side. Make sure you're not sticking your ribs out. Ribs in. And we're going to do 8 kicks. 1 or 8 just tiny little lifts. Don't let your leg bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, after you've done 8 facing forward, I'm gonna put some on the other side just so you guys can see. You're gonna face sideways. So from here, you're gonna turn your bottom foot and turn your hips to face the next wall. Turn your foot out again. You wanna be lifting from your big toe. So your big toe should be closer to the ceiling, not your pinky toes. Arms out to the side. Make sure they're perfectly side pulled back. You don't want them up too high or down too low. Turn your bottom foot out just a little bit. Ribs under, hips under, and lift. 1, 2, don't let your knee bend. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, turn around. So put the top of your foot on whatever you're using. Make sure your hips are square and you're locking that knee. You don't want to be standing with your hips turned out. Arms in crown. And as you lift, try not to drop your chest. You want to make sure you're using this muscle and not dropping. All right, arms in crown, square. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that leg tight. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so now we're going to do the other leg. All right, so you're going to put your left leg up. Pointed foot. Turn it out. Bottom leg straight. Front leg straight. Arm side. And kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn to the side. Make sure your bottom leg, your knee is facing forward. And the leg that's up, make sure your knee is facing the ceiling. Arms pulled back. And lift all the way up. 1. Ooh, I'm falling. Your lift should be controlled. When you drop your foot, you shouldn't feel your leg jiggle. You should be keeping it tight. And 1, 2, 3, squeeze your knee. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, turn so you're not facing it. Make sure your back leg's super straight. You're squeezing your knee. Arms in crown and try not to lean forward. And lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Tilt this down a little bit more. All right, so remember, we're not gonna worry about the mouth. I'm assuming
Level
if
3.
you have a beam at home, it looks something like this. It's about this height, maybe a little bit higher, but we're gonna start. You're gonna put your goofy leg on the beam, arms in front of you, shoulder width apart. Palm of your hand is gonna be facing the beam and you're gonna stand up, goofy or good leg in front, and straighten both legs, arms in front. So as you're standing, if you're working on this part, make sure that when you stand up, your arms don't move and that your chest stays on top of the beam. You don't wanna stand up and you don't wanna wiggle and move your arms out to the side. So make sure when you stand that you're completely tight. All right, make sure you look at the end of your beam or about 10 feet in front of you when you're doing this. Arms in front, good leg, and point. Okay, from here, we've been over this, so you guys should remember this. From here, you're going to point your goofy foot in front, pull your arms by your side, step, pull your good leg forward, touch your toes together, bend your front leg and push your heel forward as much as you can. Bend your knees, pull your hands together, touch your wrists together, and bend both knees, hips under. All right? Does that make sense? Who's here? Hi, Izzy. All right. Again, from the beginning. So goofy leg on the beam, arms in front. Stand up. 1, 2. Point your goofy foot in front, arms by your side. Circle your arms behind you. Point your good foot and bend your knees, touch your wrists together. Hips under. From there, from the touch, your arms are going to go to the side and you're going to straighten your legs. Point your good leg on the beam. Kick to horizontal, lever, and do your handstand. Lunge. So when you finish your handstand, look at your foot. So when you're in your lunge, look at your foot, and when you finish, look for the end of the beam, get your chest up. That makes sense? So you're gonna finish, look straight down at your foot so you know what you're doing, and finish chest up once you're balanced and you know you're not gonna fall off. All right, from the beginning again. All right. Arms in front, good leg on the beam, and point. Circle your arms all the way behind you and bend. Your toes are touching, your good foot is pointed. Arms side, kick to horizontal, lever, do your handstand, lunge, look at your foot. Finish, look at the end of the beam. From here, your hands are gonna go on your hips. You're going to go releve, step backwards, and forced arch with your goofy foot. So I'm pushing my heel forward as much as I can, but the bottom of my foot is still on the beam. I'm not pointing. Hi, Chloe. All right, I'm gonna take my jacket off really quick. So we've been over this before, so this should kind of just be review a little bit, but we're still gonna take it slow. All right. So from the beginning again. Arms in front. Stand up, good leg. Point your goofy foot. Circle your arms and bend. Tuck your hips under, shoulders push down, arms side, point your foot, and kick. Point your back foot, handstand, lunge, look at your foot. Finish, look at the end of the beam. Releve, step backwards, hands on your hips, forced arch with your goofy foot. From here, turn around. From here, you're going to lift up your your goofy arm. You're gonna keep your eyes on the end of the beam, and you're gonna turn to your good side. So I'm a righty, so I'm gonna turn to the right and push my goofy arm, keeping my eyes on the end of the beam on high releve, and then go back to the forced arch, hands on your hips. So after you finish your handstand, good leg in front, look at your toes, arms touching your ears. Finish, high V, look at the end of the beam. Step backwards to a forced arch, hands on your hips. Keep your eyes on the end of the beam, turn your hips and your shoulders on high releve, and turn back. All right, does this make sense? Let me know if you guys have any questions. All right, from the beginning again. Arms in front, lift up your good leg, and point. Circle your arms, and bend, touch your wrists. Arms side, kick, lever, handstand, lunge, look at your foot. Finish, look at the end of the beam. Step backwards, forced arch, hands on your hips. Turn your hips and shoulders, push your goofy arm, and back to the forced arch. All right? The beginning. Are we doing good? You guys have any questions? Hi, Carly. Hi, Sandra. How are you? All right. So, goes your leg on the beam, arms in front, up, point, circle, and bend, arms side, kick, lever, handstand, which I'm not doing, I'm just doing a lunge for a lever. Look at your toes, look at the end of the beam, high V, step backwards, force arch, hands on your hips, turn your hips and shoulders, push your goofy arm, and back to the force arch without falling off the beam. Okay, from here, you're going to go on high releve, arms in crown, and step backwards 2 times. 1, 2. After that, you're going to point your goofy foot in front, arm side. All right, from the beginning again. You guys see me? Arms in front. 1, 2. Circle. Bend. Side. Kick. Lever. Handstand. Lever. Lunge. Finish. Step back. Forced arch. 1, 2. Releve. 1, 2, point. All right? So if you guys have been paying attention, I'm saying all these words and I'm saying them over and over again when I'm doing this. So when you are in the gym and when you're doing routines, I want you talking to yourself and talking yourself through these routines, and the words I'm using are the words I want you guys to use when you do routines. Does that make sense? If you talk to yourself during your routines, it's going to help you make sure you're doing them correctly, that you're focused, and that you're not going to fall. All right, so let's do it again. You want to make sure you're thinking about what you're doing when you go on the beam, and that you're not thinking about rainbows and butterflies and you're distracted. All right, arms in front, and point, circle, bend, arms side, kick, lever, handstand, lever, lunge, finish, step back, forced arch, push 1, 2, releve 1, 2, point. Okay, so from the point, after we step backwards, after the handstand, you have your goofy foot in front, you're gonna do your rond de jambe. So you're gonna take that foot and you are going to draw a half circle. So you're gonna bring your foot all the way to the side and all the way behind you, but you're gonna do it on the beam. Make sure when you're doing your rond de jambe that your foot doesn't lift up and then go down. You can get a deduction for that. So make sure it stays at the same height the whole time. This would be really helpful to practice on the floor, even if you do have a beam. So what I mean by that is when you're doing your rond de jambe, my foot is even with the beam right now, my toe is touching the beam. As I bring it to the side, it's gonna stay even with the beam, and it's gonna stay even with the beam, so by the time my foot goes behind me, my big toe is on top of the beam. What I don't want to happen is as you do your rond de jambe, I don't want you to lift your leg during it and then drop it. Okay, does that make sense? All right, from the beginning one more time, then we'll add the arabesque. Oh, I didn't bring the big heel out here. All right, arms in front, step 1, 2, arms side, kick, lever, handstand, lever, lunge, finish, step, force arch, push 1, 2, releve, 1, 2, and point. From here, you're going to go rond de jambe, the same height of the beam, big circle all the way to the side, all the way back. Then from here, you're going to lift your foot up, 1 gymnastics, 2 gymnastics. Doesn't have to go above horizontal, so just a little bit off the beam is fine. That's gonna be your scale. So after the step backwards, you go rond de jambe, tap the beam, lift, hold, 1 gymnastics, 2 gymnastics, tap the beam again, and then you go step leap. Your leap leap's gonna be bigger than mine. Hopefully.
How could it be smaller?
Oh, you'd be surprised. All right, from the beginning. See me? Arms in front. Point. Circle. Side. Kick. Lever. Lunge. Finish. Step backwards. Hold. Push. 1, 2. Releve. Step 1, 2. Point. Can you see? Circle. Tap. Lift. Hold. 1, 2. Tap. Step. Goofy leg. Drop your arms. And with your leap, pull your arms forward and then to the side. And land on your good leg. I'm going to try this. We'll see how it goes. Step. Alright. When you finish your leap, your goofy leg lands above the beam. Make sure you're not dropping it and landing here. Arms out to the side. So from here, you're going to step goofy leg forward, arms by your side. You're actually going to point your goofy foot. And then from here, I'm going to face you guys. So from here, point your goofy foot in front. Then you're going to point your good foot lifted up off the beam and opposition arms. So my foot's just slightly off the beam, about 45. Goofy arm in front, good arm off to the side. My good leg is up. From here, I'm going to cross my foot at my ankle, and I'm going to bend and push my arms at the same time. Here's what it's going to look like. You're going to finish your leap. Point, lift your arms, cross, and bend. All right, we're gonna go from the beginning again. I'm gonna do my left leg this time. I'm doing right leg. This should be interesting. All right, arms up, good leg, goofy leg, circle, bend, arms side. I don't think kick, lever, tap, lunge, look at your foot, look at the end of the beam, step back, forced arch, goofy arm, turn your hips and your shoulders, high releve as high as you can, and step, releve, 1, 2, point your goofy foot in front, rond de jambe way off to the side, and then back, tap the beam, lift arabesque, hold 1, 2, tap the beam, step goofy leg, arms down, step leap, this is my goofy leg, I'm not doing a leap, and land arm side, point your goofy foot in front, arm side, lift so your goofy arm is in front, your good leg is slightly off the beam, and your goofy good arm is to the side, bend, and cross. Just a little bend, not super big. All right, you guys following along? Does this make sense? Hi, Rhonda. How are you? All right, not gonna do too much more. So we're going over this a million times and not adding on because it's gonna take doing it a million times before you can do it perfectly. So we're gonna take this slow and make sure we're doing it right. If you guys have, Rhonda said she figured it out.
I see that.
Okay. If you guys have any questions, make sure you let me know. All right. So, arms up, good leg, and point your goofy leg behind you. Circle your arms and bend. Arm side, point your good foot. Kick to horizontal. Lever, handstand. Lunge, look at your foot. Finish, look at the end of the beam. High releve. Forced arch, hands on your hips. Push and back. Releve, crown. Step 1, 2, point. Good goofy foot in front. Big circle. Tap the beam. Lift, hold. 1, 2. Step goofy foot, arms down. Step leap. Back foot up. Arms side. Still looking at the end of the beam. Point your goofy foot. Point your goofy foot. Good foot up just a little bit. Goofy arm in front. And push and cross. All right. I think we got to about here last time. I think we got to the straight jumps. So we're gonna do that part again. So after the cross, you're crossing low, not up here. You have your goofy arm in front, good arm to the side. You're going to point your good foot forward, lift your goofy arm to crown. So you're gonna go so you're gonna go cross, crown, and point. Your goofy arm, your good arm is still off to the side. So from here, you're going to just step together, and as you step together, your arm is gonna go forward, forward crown, and then as you bring your feet together, it's gonna lift to crown to match your other arm. Does that make sense? So from, lift, push, point, good foot, lift your goofy arm, good arm forward, and crown. Part's a little confusing. So if I was doing it in the routine, it would go about this fast. But we can take it slow right now. So lift, cross, goofy arm, good foot, good arm, and step. Feet together, arms in crown. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time. Let's do it from the leap. So land the leap, arms down, point your goofy foot in front, goofy arm, good foot, and push. Lift up your goofy arm, good foot in front, good arm forward crown, and step feet together, both arms in crown. One more time, we're gonna go faster. So land, step, lift, push, point, forward, together. All right, so we're gonna go let's do from the rond de jambe, and then we'll add on. So point your goofy foot in front, circle all the way around and tap the beam. Lift it up, hold 1, 2, tap again, step, leap, land the leap, arm side. I don't know if you guys can see. Point your goofy foot in front, lift, don't lift your foot up very high, just a little bit, and push, goofy arm up, good arm forward, and together crown. Okay, from here, you're gonna do our straight jump, they're connected. If you pause in between them at all, they're not gonna be connected and you're gonna get a deduction for it. All right, so once we're here, you're going to bend your knees, tuck your hips under, and bring your arms down. And when you do your straight jump, you're gonna make sure your arms are in crown. The tricky part, when you land your first straight jump, you wanna make sure your arms are down. When you land your second straight jump, you wanna make sure your arms stay up. So here's what I mean by that. So you're gonna go cross, point, step together, bend your knees, straight jump, land, arms down, straight jump, land, arms up. All right? So make sure you land your second straight jump with bent knees, hips tucked under, shoulders pushed down, arms in crown, looking at the end of your beam. So we're gonna practice just straight jumps. So crown, so from the pose, step together, bend your knees, hips under, look at the end of the beam, push all the way through your toes and make sure they point when they come off the beam. Crown, push your arms down, and crown, keep them in crown when you land, don't let them move. Then from here, you're gonna push them to low V and straighten your legs. So together, bend, crown, bend, and finish. All right, we're gonna do it from the beginning. Arms forward, point, circle, bend, side, kick, lever, lunge, look at the end of the beam, forced arch, push 1, 2, crown, 1, 2, point, point, circle all the way around, and tap, lift and hold, 1, 2, tap, step, leap, land, point, I'm gonna scoot backwards, lift your goofy arm and push, together, bend, arms up, down, up, and finish loading. Alrighty? So I think we're gonna end there. There's only 3 more skills and then the routine's over. After that is pivot turns, a pose, heel snap turn, a pose, and the dismount. Hi, Etta. All right, so we are gonna end there. If